Hello everyone, in this video I will show you some best horror games for Android and iOS, but first we start this video, please subscribe to your channel Games Down for more gaming videos. So without a further ado, let's start this video. The first game we have is Dead Effect 2. Dead Effect 2 is a creepy sci-fi shooter. You play the role of one of three characters. Your goal is to level up, find new weapons, and defeat the bad guys. It features tons of alien bad guys, lots of dark corridors, and a 20-hour campaign mode to play through. The graphics are pretty good on their own. It's not typically what you'd think of when it comes to horror games. However, it's about as close to a horror shooter as it gets on mobile. Next up we have Distraint, is one of the newer horror games. It features hand-drawn graphics and a simple premise. The controls are very simple and you should be able to learn them quickly. Next up we have the Five Nights at Freddy's. Titles are a series of highly popular horror games. They rely on the classic jump scare. Your job is to sit somewhere and keep an eye out for living robots. They are, of course, trying to kill you. You win the game if you can survive. There is also a healthy amount of lore and story. These games have quite the following on YouTube as well, so there is a bunch of content to watch there. There are 5 games in total to play through. The mechanics vary between the games. However, the core premise remains the same. Each game is $2.99. Some people consider them scary and some don't. Next up we have Franbo, is another series of horror games. Each game is a different chapter in the storyline. Unlike many games that package the whole series in a single title, Franbo breaks the mold by making each chapter its own downloadable game. It's a puzzle game where you must self-administer medication to go into an alternate world. The storyline is excessively creepy. It's a decent series overall. Each game in the series will run you $1.96. Next up we have Into the Dead 2. Into the Dead 2 is the latest in a popular series of horror games. It's an infinite runner. Your goal is to survive for as long as possible. The game also includes a story mode with multiple endings, weapon and ammo perks, and more. The game also includes more gameplay mechanics than its first iteration. Thus, it's the one we'd recommend first. The first Into the Dead is still pretty good, though. Both horror games are freemium. Next game on this list is Oxenfree. Oxenfree is one of the newer horror games. It's a thriller about a bunch of teenagers. They rip open a ghost rift and deal with the consequences. It features deep character interaction alongside the normal storyline. The graphics aren't much. However, the retro style does play well with the atmosphere of the game. It runs for $4.99, but it has no in-app purchases. It's also available on other platforms, like Nintendo Switch. That makes this an actual console game. Next up we have Sanitarium, is an adventure escape horror game that is truly creepy. You play as a girl who loses her memory after a car accident and you end up in this game's world. Everybody is super creepy and you have to escape. The puzzles are pretty decent and the game also includes 20 Google Play Games achievements to help keep you going. You also get a choice between touch mode and control pad mode depending on what you like more. Next up we have Thimbleweed Park, is a noir thriller game with horror elements. Thimbleweed Park has 80 crazy residents and you have a dead body to deal with. There are all kinds of weird happenings around the town and your job is to find answers. There are 5 playable characters, a bunch of jokes, 2 difficulty levels, a hint system, and more. This one isn't necessarily scary, but it has a lot of the same elements as horror games. Think of it like a Bruce Campbell movie. It's not scary, but you still watch them during Halloween, right? Thimbleweed Park is the same way. Next up we have Slayaway Camp and Friday the 13th, are 2 horror, puzzle, gore games from Blue Wizard Digital. They have very similar graphics and controls. You solve puzzles, kill things, and see lots and lots of blood. You do have to enable gore mode, though. Slayaway Camp includes 140 levels and Friday the 13th includes over 100. That should be more than enough to keep you going for a while. These are easily among the best mobile horror games ever made. Slayaway Camp costs a cool $2.99. Friday the 13th is free to download with in-app purchases up to $9.99. The last game on this is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a series of horror games originally from Telltale Games. They are based on the popular comic book series and TV show of the same name. In each game, you'll play through 5 episodes of storyline and try to survive the zombie horde, crazy people, and other obstacles. There are a total of 4 games in the franchise. They all have elements of adventure, puzzle, hidden object, and more. They can get delightfully creepy at times, but they're mostly just entertaining. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video and subscribe to your channel Games Down and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.